And I want you all to know that we are fighting the fake news. It's fake, phony, fake. A few days ago, I called the fake news the enemy of the people, and they are. They are the enemy of the people. And I want you all to know that we are fighting the fake news. It's fake, phony, fake. A few days ago, I called the fake news the enemy of the people, and they are. They are the enemy of the people. Underestimate the people. Never. I don't think it'll ever happen again.
Where we go one, we go all. Fight, fight, fight. Welcome to the Matrixxx Groove Hour. It is Monday. What is it? June 10th, 2019. And, united, not divided. I hope you guys like the new intro. Shady, welcome to the Matrixxx Groove Hour. What'd you think of that intro, brother?
I really love that intro, Matrixxx. All of you Anons and Patriots out there, hope you guys enjoyed it as well. We are winning this fight, my friend. Great to be back with you, brother. We got a great show in store for everybody out there.
Yeah, we do. We always do. And I want to, let me just see if I have another, let me just see. Man, I thought I had it here. There's another one here. That's my intro. That's They Want You Divided intro. Obviously, you guys remember my old intro. And let me just see. Do I have the other one still? Let me just see. Because I did that one. Man, I thought I had it here. But I don't. Anyways, we've got a lot to cover today. I've named this one QCUE, Justice. All right. And we're going to go to the Windows capture. I want to show you something that happened after the show on Friday. I believe that was the 7th of June. Carly Bonet, notice this. Fox News says Google antitrust. Let's go ahead and, here we go.
To Google the term antitrust. I could say to the trouble, it's spelled alphabet. You see what I did there? This is free basic cable. After this.
So Google antitrust, and I did do this in in tandem with my Trust the Plan thread as well, guys.
Lots of crazy things come up whenever you Google something like that.
Yeah, trust and antitrust. I mean, that's Q's gavel, guys. Remember that. Q's gavel is the trust and antitrust law enforcement. Okay, and you needed a Senate, and you needed a, what do you call it?
Supreme Court.
Supreme Court. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, guys. Also, it looks like the clowns have been posting CP on the chans. CP is child ickiness, dudes and dudettes. Massive attack going on at 8chan on Friday. People were posting CP. All of it is being reported and dropped in reports. They really want, they've tried to do false flags and posting quote unquote, what do you call those things? Everybody has one, don't they? Manifestos on 8chan. So it's just very interesting that this is another way they're trying to stop Q.
After the fact that, the manifesto somehow gets there after, and then that's the problem from before. Even though Facebook is live streaming things.
Well, and then you Google articles and it's for, 2 days before the event, and then you find out there is training, and all that stuff. I mean, dude, you can't make this stuff up. This is the Trust the Plan thread right here, guys. I'm going to drop it in there right now. Again, we kind of went over it last week.
And if you haven't really gotten into studying this is no joke. I would really like for all of you guys to dig into this information, because this is exactly where Q has been pointing us to, and the president is now pointing us to with his Twitter, and they're talking about the specific bloodline companies out there that have a monopoly over your system. The surveillance state right now, Google, Microsoft, Apple, that is your surveillance state. Facebook, that is who we're coming after with these antitrust, all this legislation. The president is bringing a hammer to it, guys.
That's right. So, Fox News says Google antitrust. Open this thread for more. And that is the thread that will go to your antitrust thread, guys. It is a thread. Always look at tweets when it says show thread right there underneath Brett Baer there. See where it says show this thread? That's what we need to do. We need to open that up, and then also look down, because it could say show 34 more replies. Okay. So, it is kind of tedious. But there's also, I've got it on what do you call it? Thread Reader app too. But you just have to force a refresh of the thread, because I'm always adding to it, guys. Just like I did Friday, we added to it again. And we're going to add to it again today, Shady, because of some things. But we're going to get to that in a second. I wanted to show you guys this. Friday Fun Day is blocked worldwide on YouTube. They're not allowing me to remove the song. It was the Led Zeppelin song on Carly's video that did it, and they're not allowing me to do it. So right now, until I actually break that down and take some stuff out, it's not up, but it is on Periscope if you want to see it. It's the Matrixxx Groove Hour number 71, and we're at 72 today. Okay, guys. Again, there's that. Went over this on today's show. Yep. So this is interesting. Look what was spotted in Italy, guys. Q, where we go one, we go all, guys. That is in Italy.
You guys don't think we're worldwide?
Worldwide, brothers and sisters.
All the people out there that say Q doesn't exist, was that the Q?
That's the Q. And then this is,
where was that at?
This is at a Matteo Salvini, Italy's Trump, basically, rally with a Q in his audience, guys. There's the Q.
Q doesn't exist.
No, Q does not exist, apparently.
And nobody thinks that the information that Q put out has legs.
Right, and Italy now has a Trump-like figure running Italy right now, interim. Okay,
that's not going to be good for the Vatican.
No, has nothing to do with anything. I'm sure it's all a coincidence, guys.
Oh yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
And
right,
you didn't know anything about it, Shady. Anons don't know.
Nope.
You don't know.
Nope.
Patriots
this
don't
is all
know.
New news.
You don't know.
Brand new.
You guys don't know. All right, and then this was interesting too.
Did you win any more at this?
Oh man, we are winning so much, man.
You're not tired of it, right? Just tell me you're not tired of it. I know I missed Friday, but you didn't get tired of winning while I was gone, did you?
I'm a little tired because all that jumping up and down and dancing every time I watch the news, saying I knew that.
Got tired from the winning, but not because of the winning.
Exactly.
Roger that. Okay, now we're communicating good.
Yep. So we got somebody saying Salvini is not even worth a Trump's hair, though. Okay. All right. Italy seems to think that he's better than the corrupt government that was in there before. So I think we're winning bigly there. Also, this is the joint U.S.-Mexico joint declaration from the State Department. The news media is tripping over themselves, telling you how bad it is. But guys, this is the art of the deal, man. And if they fail on any of this stuff, then we go back to those tariffs. I mean, you guys don't understand.
No, you don't understand. Chuck Schumer said that this deal was done back in February. This is nothing. This has, the president threatening the tariffs didn't have any bearing whatsoever on the negotiation, and that the contingent of diplomats in Mexico sent to the White House the other day to speak with Mike Pence, they didn't exist either. He didn't do anything. Nothing to see here, folks. Move along.
Yep, nothing to see here, guys. Move along. We are the news now. I mean, our president is saying don't watch the fake news anymore. And guess what, Shady? We're the news now. You're the news now, Anons out there. You are the news now. We are, we're talking about POTUS, guys. We're talking about the president. We're talking about all the wins. As much as we can in an hour,
you don't want to go ahead and put up some Democrat debates on our channel like some other people are putting every 1% Democrat candidate for an hour to do a town hall meeting. I mean, are you kidding me?
Right, absolutely. Let me, you know what, Shady, we got 6 minutes left on this time. Oh my God. So what I'm going to do is I am going to play a quick video, Shady, and then I'm going to get you a new invite for Zoom, okay? So give me 1 second. Let me just go ahead and find out where we're at here. Man, did I take it out already? Man, I was really hoping I would keep that. Let me just go ahead and play this right over here, guys. It's very amazing. I did it just the other night. Give me 1 second, guys. We're going to watch something that's really cool while Shady and I figure out this quick little issue. Our weapon is the truth.
Our last chance to save it. This election will determine whether we're a free nation or whether we have only the illusion of democracy, but are in fact controlled by a small handful of global special interests rigging the system, and our system is rigged. This is reality. You know it, they know it, I know it, and pretty much the whole world knows it. Machine is at the center of this power structure. We've seen this firsthand in the WikiLeaks documents, in which Hillary Clinton meets in secret with international banks to plot the destruction of U.S. sovereignty in order to enrich these global financial powers, her special interest friends, and her donors. Honestly, she should be locked up. The most powerful weapon deployed by the Clintons is the corporate media, the press. Let's be clear on one thing. The corporate media in our country is no longer involved in journalism. They're a political special interest, no different than any lobbyist or other financial entity with a total political agenda, and the agenda is not for you, it's for themselves.
And that's your great awakening, guys. That's it right there. That's our weapon, is truth. Shady, welcome back to the show, brother.
Yes, that definitely is our weapon. It is truth, and that is the reason he is winning. The only reason he is winning is because transparency cannot be combated in the arena of lies and deception.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, and that's the weapon that we have to stand against the shills and the the cooperating media and their controlled assets. We have the truth, guys. We have the truth. I want to give you something here that really made my weekend. This is what hope for the future looks like.
This is amazing, guys.
Her name is Michaela. Gosh, why did I do that? I have a cousin named Michaela. She's 16. She's in the 11th grade, and she asked me to be a source in her Q project. She got a 95%. Congratulations, Michaela, little patriot. Should have been 117%, but look at that, guys. Look at that.
And this is the conversation that we are attempting to ignite, right? We're starting this conversation everywhere. Like, do we have transparency in government? Do we have accountability in government, in our media, in our law enforcement? Do we or don't we? The reality is we don't. The fact is we can. If we decide to choose to together, we can do it, and they can't stop us.
That's right. And that's right. And we've got to do stuff like this. We've got to do stuff like this. We've got to teach our children. Okay. And I'm very happy with Kel. It's Kel_5 is her mom. And I had asked Kel, to make sure that I could put this post in, do you want me to crop your daughter? This is all, approved. And I also asked if little patriot there, Michaela, would like to come on the show and just maybe give us a better picture of the board and go through her presentation. I would love to see it. And if that could happen, I know she's 16. She's probably very nervous. I was when I first got on Shady's show with the Q Lounge. So I get it. But look at that, guys. This is what hope for the future looks like. Truth.
Yes, it is. And that is what change. That's change. Truth, transparency is change.
Absolutely. Wow, man. So look at that. Look at all this is 2.1 thousand, guys. Yay. And only 724 retweets. Oh, we don't want to show people that like Q. Get out there and retweet this for this little girl, guys. This is absolutely amazing. Copy link to tweet. Maybe people.
I'll tell you something that's amazing. That what is amazing is all the people from around this world who love you. And when I say who love you, I mean you, Matrixxx. I mean the America, the idea of freedom, the idea of liberty, the idea of the people standing against tyranny. Those thought forms exist rampantly in the 7 billion minds that are out there on planet Earth, except no one can quite figure out how to coordinate to pull it off. And that is what we are doing, Matrixxx. There's people contacting me from Japan, people contacting me from Iran, people contacting me from New Zealand, all over the globe, saying how much they're behind us, how much they're with us, how much they appreciate your and I voice of coming on the air every day and saying, we believe in America again. We see the light in America. Mr. Trump is bringing us to the conversation with you, and we're behind you. And look at how every week more and more people come to the conversation. We see more and more around the world. That is what we're trying to do. We were waking up the world to the idea of freedom, as well as waking America up to the idea of standing up again for yours.
Simbo.
It's happening.
Simo is from Italy. Love you guys. I love you too. And just know that if that Trump person there that we showed with the Q in the crowd is not fully president, he's going to have no choice, because this will roll worldwide when you take control of the Paysur trusts, or the antitrust, which we've been seeing in the news, guys. This is going worldwide. Maxine Waters says this, Shady. Trump is known for calling others disrespectful names, especially women. It's your turn now. What would you call him? Me? I called him my president.
It's kind of simple.
It's really simple. It's really simple. And,
I mean, you could say something like best POTUS ever, or
yeah. It's funny too. You go to I've got 24 comments, but only can see one. There's no censorship there. None. I can't see the comments, guys.
I can only see one as well.
Look at that. That's what censorship looks like. Okay. They've put us in little tubes or silos in Twitter, and all we see are the trolls. All we see are the trolls, guys.
Well, they're also,
amazing.
I want to let you guys understand, especially people out there maybe that are new to Twitter, what is happening. You're making posts under other people's posts, and what's happening is the only people that are seeing your stuff are people that agree with what you tweet about. And so the other people aren't seeing, like, we're not penetrating into the whole other conversation like we were a year ago with Q, where we were getting lots of people who didn't understand it, who were asking questions, who were trying to figure out more. And now we're not getting that as much. We're being corralled into an area of Twitter where other people aren't seeing our content, but that's not a bad thing, because they're watching every move they're making with this whole thing you're seeing with Google, antitrust, Facebook. That's the reason we can go after them. All the people that have probably signed up, Matrixxx, for what the White House put up about your free speech and your conservative voice being censored. This is massive. The media is obviously pretending like it doesn't exist, but we're talking about 65% of the American population think like this, and the media is amplifying the 10 to 12% of crazy count out there.
And Jeremy Jones says, maybe you're blocked by people. No, Jeremy, maybe there's an algorithm censoring conservatives. How about that, pal? How about that?
Maybe we're blocking some people too.
Maybe
but
we're blocking people, buddy. Absolutely. Kimmy Q says, I love America, Matrixxx, Shady, and all of you Patriots. Where we go one, we go all. Kimmy, God bless you. Thank you so much. And Jeremy, I mean, maybe you're new to the conversation. Maybe you haven't seen POTUS, tweeting about censorship in the media and on Twitter. But here we are. In blue. Oh, look at that. Look at all those hugs there. Much love. Thank you so much.
Oh,
he who has the microphone speaks the loudest. That's right. So get a microphone, BBQ. Let's go.
That's right. Pick up that microphone. Anyone out there, pick up that microphone. I'm telling you.
And we'll have you on the show.
You're going to enjoy a minute on this wall.
That's right. And don't forget, Thursday will be Paul Ceran Day. We are going to have Paul Ceran here every Thursday. And I will get to that in a second as well. But, wow. Here's one from Severe Anon. Severe posts this. Bruce Orr is an anagram. HRCBOEUR. Everything. I don't know if it would be called an anagram because it would be but
oh yeah, that's exactly what it would be.
But look at that though, with all those initials, letters in kill boxes, HRC, Barack Obama, EU, and Renegade, all in there. And I just said mind blown. Boom. Pretty cool. Severe, good job, brother. Also, this is those who scream the loudest, right? This is the people. Pumpkin Fright was the one probably doing it, and look at his little pizza things and stuff like that. So, guys, back off. Understanding that these people, the clowns, are posting the anti-Semitic stuff. The clowns are. They even put pictures of people's toenails. They put pictures that are much worse as well on the Chans. So just know that they are trying really hard to get Q's board removed, and it won't work. guys. It won't work. B. LaForge, thank you so much. Thank you. This is the Gitmo channel. I thought this was very interesting. BDT, false flag number 2. Q gave us the code book. Trump delivered the news. If you look at this, it says BDT, which is BDT, beautiful day today. A big and beautiful day today. BDT. And we also know that BDT is Bangladesh currency, okay? So do you believe in coincidence? Blunt and direct time, BDT. Think currency, think fireworks. So we had a man, Bangladesh, earlier last year, use fireworks to do a false flag type operation in New York City.
In the subway.
And that was thwarted. Message delivered. These people are sick. And this article says federal and local authorities arrested 22-year-old Ashiqul Alam of Jackson Heights, Queens, on Thursday for plotting to attack Times Square with guns and hand grenades. Law enforcement. CNBC described Alam as a lawful permanent resident of the U.S. who is a citizen of Bangladesh. His neighbors in Queens describe him as respectful and quiet. A big, beautiful day today. Respectful and quiet, who was plotting to attack Times Square with guns and hand grenades. What a lawful permanent resident.
Well, he was this guy that they were talking about in this article. They had him under surveillance for a while. Like he was, he was talking about wanting to toss grenades out into crowds of people and like trying to get stuff. And they, I think it was 6 or 8 months they were stringing this guy along, waiting for him to make the move so that they could arrest him. So I have a feeling that we weren't seeing investigations like this 2 or 3 years ago, Matrixx. There were no investigations like this into these people. They were just going anywhere. And now we have all of this surge of illegal immigration, all of the people coming in on the southern border. I'm telling you, they're not all from South America. Guys, let's get real with this. Where are these people coming from? Who are they really? And so, the fact that we have investigations at higher levels of government and that are uncovering stuff like that, this is not the first thing that's come up either. They've been getting them. They've been getting huge seizures as well. So we are seeing deep state operations be exposed like never before in the last 6 to 10 months. Amazing stuff here. That's right. And we got a Patriot out there that said, man, Matrixx, I just had to like your pin video for the 20th time. Yeah, me too. It's probably been about 5,000 times for me, but it's still, it still have to relike it pretty much every time. This is Q Post 1445. Track all suicides. Example 1, think Spade. Trace to Clinton Foundations, New York. Trace to import, export. Trace to China, Mexico to Long Beach. Trace sales spinoff company. Trace to Clinton Foundation. Trace to port security clearance profile L5. Who granted HRC or Hussein/HRC. Expect a lot more. Well, this was Saturday, I believe, June 9th. Yeah. Yesterday, June 9th, and we had Dante Austin. I mean, look at these. Philadelphia deputy sheriff found dead on Friday. Herb Sandler, Podesta emails, Pizzagate handkerchief with a map on it. And they wanted to mail back that handkerchief, if you remember. It was found on a counter, and somebody wanted to mail it back. So that's in the Pizzagate emails. Linda Collins Smith, Arkansas, former senator, gunshot at home. Jonathan Nichols, Oklahoma State senator, gunshot wound to the head. Joe Calabrese, NYPD homicide detective, gunshot wound to the head at beach 5 minutes from home. Stephen Silks, NYPD deputy chief, Queens North, gunshot wound to the head in unmarked police car. Brian Brady, former mayor, Sparta, New Jersey, former police officer, suspected suicide, body still missing. Todd Tungan, Miami news anchor, alleged suicide at home. Tony Rodham, younger brother of Hillary Clinton, and we'll get into him again, known piece of crap. And Kiwi, go ahead and drop me what his address was in Discord. I think Kiwi's out there listening. It's very telling. Let me see. And I'll get over in Discord so you can show me that, Kiwi. Thank you, brother. I just can't scroll all the way up. All right, here we go. So then we've got obviously we've got Tony Rodham, Lola Golmova. She's a U.S. Commerce official. Walter Lubke, German politician, shot dead in the house. Pro-mass
migration. Chris Reed, Texas police chief, missing, overboard on boat. Shafir Zofagari, husband of Georgia Assistant Attorney General Carla Wright Phillips, dead in car at stoplight. Yeah, this is so Tony's address was 1666 Beulah Road in Vienna, Virginia. 1666. They openly tell you.
Did we confirm that was the place of death?
Not sure if it's the place of death.
Right, because it was interesting on this. I know we're going to get into it here in a second, but it was interesting on this that none of the articles posted immediately were saying where the event happened at.
That's right. Kiwi's going to let us know. He did a lot of digging on it. Kiwi Patriot, and our beautiful mods out there, Pseudonym Cutter. We got Busan out there. We got Rocket Girl. All these mods work really hard for you. Right, so we're gonna do that. So that's what we got. All right, so last one was Glenn Cofield, prominent Memphis businessman, co-founder of Paragon Bank, director of Carnival Memphis. So just interesting stuff here, guys.
The Chris Reed body was found whenever this was posted on the chance that body was yet to be found, but that has been confirmed that he went overboard and was drowned.
Gotcha.
Or that's the, that there's a lot of interesting things with the way this stuff is actually happening, especially when we dig in a little deeper on this. But I do recognize, you guys have got to realize that this is getting ready to escalate, and this is what us Anons, all of you have been preparing for. This is the go sign. There's going to be a lot more than this. I have a feeling than there's going to be people in handcuffs.
That's right. And there are 12 suicide posts. We knew then, we know now that this time we have government control. Boomerang suicide queue, and that was on 11/10/18. Here's another one here. Boomerang suicide. But that's
interesting, right?
Yeah, fake news. But both brothers do have pending sealed indictments, which there are over 100,000 now, guys. I'm sure that's just a conspiracy too. The shills will tell you that.
Well,
that's
and
not...
then the resignation list is growing more in the last couple of weeks as well. Like lots more has been added to that list. So the operation has not slowed down. We've consistently had 5,000 to 6,000 more indictments put on every month, and every day there's more resignations from positions that you would think people wouldn't just resign for no reason. Obviously, there's people that resign from positions for their own reasons, but this list is pretty incredible for a year or 2 months or whatever, year and 6 months.
And so how do you demonstrate reasonable cause to regulate and/or break up big tech? What is the common theme tactic of the left? Define fascism, forcible suppression of opposition. Define censorship. Twitter, right, guys? The institution, system, or practice of censoring. Define narrative, a way of presenting or understanding a situation or series of events that reflects and promotes a particular point of view or set of values. Define projection, the attribution of one's own ideas, feelings, or attitudes to other people or objects, especially the externalization of blame, guilt, or responsibility as a defense against anxiety. The forming of a plan, scheming. Define psychological projection, a theory in psychology in which the human ego defends itself against unconscious impulses or qualities, both positive and negative, by denying their existence in themselves while attributing them to others. Define narcissist, a person who has excessive interest or admiration of themselves. Narcissists who think the world revolves around them. Narcissists preening themselves in front of the mirror. Define dogma, a point of view or tenet put forth as authoritative without adequate grounds. Define aggression, forceful and sometimes overly assertive pursuit of one's aims and interests. Define suppression, the action of suppressing something such as activity or publication. Bonus round. Narcissists are renowned for using psychological projection to blame other people, even when it's entirely apparent that they are the ones in the wrong. Define realism: the quality or fact representing a person or thing or situation accurately or in a way that is true to life. Realism: actions of Antifa, aggression, projection, suppression, fascism, censorship, narrative, dogma. Actions of fake news: aggression, projection, suppression, fascism, censorship, narrative, dogma. Actions of Twitter, Facebook, Google, YouTube, Reddit, etc. Aggression, projection, suppression, fascism, censorship, narrative, dogma. Bombs away. Massive fake news, attention for conspiracy, Reddit board being banned. Why are we being targeted by some of the largest media organizations on the planet? And here's a sample. QAnon subreddits, QAnon conspiracy theorists, QAnon this, QAnon that. Panic in DC, statements start a fire. 12 moves ahead. Suicide watch, Q. Q post. 1933, suicide weekend, hands up, 30. 28, impossible, coincidence, we are control. Big week ahead, and that's 8/26/18.
That's interesting that I just noticed on that one. It's post 1933.
1933.
And interesting to me because 1933 was the year that they confiscated our gold.
Wow. See that? See that, guys? Follow the pen. Those who are the loudest. Suicide weekend, pain. And we're looking at Ron DeSantis. Thanks for responding favorably to the letter of Jim Jordan. There it is, a rigged system. They don't want to turn over documents to Congress. What are they afraid of? Why so much redacting? Why such unequal justice? At some point, I will have no choice but to use the powers granted to the presidency and get involved. POTUS. Q plus. 1320. Look at that. 1325, 818. Today, evil lost control. Leverage of Iran. Today, POTUS took control of Iran. Today, with pending sanctions and military actions, POTUS will gain more ammunition, intel against them. Suicide watch. Suicide watch twice. The deal that kept Iran quiet. The goal was to keep POTUS in until impeachment term end. Bigger than people can imagine. Treason is 1/10. Ask yourself, why are they panicking? Ask yourself, why is UK, France, and Germany so involved? Trips to the White House. What are they hiding? Why is HRC in New Zealand? Is New Zealand part of Five Eyes? Why is this relevant? Suicide watch.
Interesting that we have that right there kind of in bookends, isn't it?
I just had an error occur on my video, guys. Interesting. That's how they're censoring us. So we have 752 right now in chat. Hello, everybody, watching right now. Give us a thumbs up if you can. We've got 218 thumbs up. The typical 9 thumbs down. Hey, trolls. Good to see you. Glad you made it here today. Thank you.
Notice that the suicide watch is on kind of bookends in that Matrix.
Yes, I saw that.
It's kind of like it's like all sort of like blocked in the middle, like pertaining to the New Zealand, Five Eyes, France, Germany being panicking, and treason is 1/10. And I think just treason is 1/10. This is. If you can't look at this post right here and tell that this is a worldwide cabal, a worldwide structure that is controlling us with their belief system, then I don't really know what tells you what we're looking at here. We're not talking about taking down 7 guys at the DOJ with all of this stuff.
Yes, Tyran Snake says, so they will all commit suicide and we'll never know. No, we have it all. Don't worry. Don't worry, brother. Do you believe in coincidence? White House suicide, Hannity intruder, narrative, threat, Q. Remember when that guy broke into Hannity's house?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
770 on 215. Look at this. So, interesting stuff. Okay, look at this. 700, 2918. Next week. Suicide weekend, Q. So just interesting stuff here, guys. Very, very interesting stuff. There are 12 posts with suicide. So this is it. This is Hannity. Okay, so this is it right here. This is 617. post 127:18. It's talking about the form. Let's see. They're talking right here. They circled this. Express promises to purchase money, lands conveyed in consideration. Another form. So I'm just trying to figure out what that is. Form 1649, false imprisonment, was Hannity sending out an SOS. Select news members, journalists are vital to delivering the message, as are you, Patriots. Imagine if these people were removed. Total control regarding MSM. They represent a clear and present danger to the enemy. Reread past crumbs regarding security. Where's JS? How do we truly protect those important to us? 19 immediates no longer with us. Self-suicide if actioned. Real life. Q. Real life. Q. And if you know anything about the MK Ultra, Shady, they do put in suicide programming.
Yes.
That if they are going to go ahead and tell the truth to somebody, that they might in fact enter that programming into their consciousness. Yes,
that is exactly right, and you can, it really can't be talked about enough. I know it seems a little bit out there whenever you start talking about the mind control, but man, let me tell you, this stuff is real. This stuff is precise. It is direct. It is effective. It works in people, and the crazy stuff that you see happen in our world has a lot to do with MK Ultra, and I mean not just the last 50 years, the last 150 years, guys. This is mind control on a global scale, engineered from a long time ago to get here now to a point where America goes away, and instead America got a miracle, which was President Trump, who was putting an end to all of this stuff and exposing it to us. And this is how, the information that Q has dropped to us about things like MK Ultra, 9/11, North Korea, all of this different stuff brings the picture together in a whole mosaic that we can see from the 40,000 foot view. Can't hardly see it from the rabbit holes, guys, but you can get to the 40,000 foot view and you can look back in time and you can tell what they did to us and how they turned this world into a slave totalitarian society. That's where they're headed, and America was the only beacon of hope out there.
Oh, I just clicked on the link here. Sorry about that, guys.
The only one left, I mean, there's no other place there's freedom, Matrixx.
Yeah, I was just trying to look at a comment. I accidentally pulled up a link. Sorry about that, guys. You're absolutely right, Shady. And I noticed something, too, here. Shades, I'm going to play this for you guys. This is a Q-proof.
Yes, I want you
to. In fact, this is Q post 3028. And let's just go to that really quick. There's a lot more to this Q-proof that I did in this short video, but I wanted to give you guys a teaser of it. 3028 talks about Pelosi pull threat to impeach. Think timing. Effort to prevent D-class. Think timing, right? Was the impeachment threat real? Talking points to satisfy the loony left. Sheep do not think for themselves. Base? Talking points meant to project outrage across America using fake news blowhorn to justify fake investigations and take in donor support. Impeachment requires facts. Impeachment requires 2/3 vote of the Senate. Propaganda arm of the D Party fake news is losing control of the narrative. The truth will always win, as we covered today. Transparency and equal justice under the law save America. Q. Now going back to that, this is, let me just go ahead. I'll just play this real quick because it's kind of cool. Hey Patriots, it's intheMatrixxx with 3 X's, intheMatrixx.com with 3 X's. Go check us out over there. I want to show you something. Carly Bonet and I were digging on Friday's show about Pelosi. Reports say that Nancy Pelosi wants Trump in prison but not impeached. Interesting, right? And we looked at a Q post, and it's Q post 3028. And that 3028 Q post on March 11th, 19 says this. Think timing. Pelosi pull threat to impeach? Effort to prevent D-class? Interesting, guys. And this is the whole Q post for your perusal. You can check it out. You can pause the video if you want to go check it out. But I want to show you something really interesting. We're going to go back a little bit into this video right here. Here we go. Check it.
Before setting things in motion. Remember, a ton of people voted the president in. Q, a high-profile trial in the Senate. The
What?
official would obtain his or her...
Wait. One more time.
Remember, a ton of people voted the president in. Q, a high-profile trial in the Senate.
Q,
The
a
official would
high-profile
obtain his or her
trial
own
in the
lawyer.
Senate, guys. And look at, remember, Patriots fight. Future comms.
Justice.
5-5. On ready. Let's go. Do it, Q. Boom. Right, so that's basically it. And I want to go to this, too, because there's more to it. And, you know, I know it was only a little bit of a video. First of all, I want you to check out the commercial that comes to this video when it comes. Or did they take the video? There it is. Let's watch the commercial. Let's think Bronfman. Oh, they didn't play the commercial. Usually it was a Seagram's commercial. All right, so let's go over here real quick.
I noticed it was a Secret commercial yesterday.
Yeah. Let's go to here.
In its history. But...
Let's go to here.
15 federal judges and 1 cabinet member in its history. But only 8 of those have been removed from office. Because what comes in the second act is an arguably more difficult task. If the House of Representatives wants to appease voters, lawmakers are also going to look at the popular opinion of the president before setting things in motion. Remember, a ton of people voted the president in. Q, a high-profile trial in the Senate.
Q.
The official would obtain his or her own lawyers. A group of House members known as the impeachment managers would stand as the prosecution, with the Senate as the jury. There would be witnesses and cross-examinations, and the entire case would be presided over by the Chief Justice of the United States
John
Supreme
Roberts.
Court. If 2/3 of those senators vote to convict the official of the crime, he or she would be removed from office. The official would then be subject to further indictments in federal or state courts. For a president to be convicted by a 2/3 majority,
So
it would
let's
likely
think
mean
that
members
this
of
may
the
not be the
president's
president, guys. Let's think mirror real quick. What
What
if,
are we really talking about?
and you know, in this video it said that it's not just for presidents, it's also for people that are serving, you know, like senators and congresspeople and federal judges and all that other
And
stuff.
right
guys.
on down to your state level, Matrixxx. You know, let's superimpose this. Remember that the president is your sheriff. So the sheriff in your county is similar to the president of the United States. So this is in every fractal orientation of our system of government, guys. It's like these, you know, your state senators and congressmen and all these people can all be held to account like this.
The great conspiracy says we must win back the House. Boom. Well, FISA's going to bring down the House. You just saw in the video that the Senate is the jury. Okay. And this is probably going to have to happen next year, right? Because of the new election. That's why we need to make sure we get MAGA 2020. Trump in, right? So Q, a high-profile trial in the Senate. There is Q's hammer, which is justice.jpg. Future comes. Pre-stage election, yes. Pre-stage sec, yes. Security. Pre-stage director, yes. Pre-stage Capitol Hill, yes. On ready. Q, I don't know. I'm just, you know, spitballing with you guys. If you guys have any ideas as what those could be. Shay?
Well, it's very important because it's right there on Q's board. Right at the top with that nice picture talking about justice and antitrust and lots of interesting anon stuff, man.
So we got Q, Justice, Chief Justice of the United States Supreme Court, Senate. Let's just look at this. 2, 4, 4, 4. We got what we needed. Thank you, Patriots. Senate means everything. Think judges, Supreme Court, and Cabinet. D-class overrides all potential House blockades. POTUS has ultimate authority. Shift to Senate judiciary oversight from House to now occur. Stronger position and held in reserve for this scenario. Lower chamber House used as 2-year starter. Upper chamber Senate will be used next 2-year closer. Military planned. No impact regarding ongoing investigations. Team is stronger. Pro in Killbox Q.
So this applies across the board. Justice means justice. Justice means accountability, not the right person who pays enough gets what they want out of the situation. That's the corruption that has infiltrated our whole spectrum of government from top to bottom. Corruption corrupts absolutely, and we cannot function outside of banana republic without at least having tools and dealing with putting people in ties in prison.
That's right. Q Post 2604.
That's the ones that need to be there.
Regarding Senate, Q Post 2604, Shady. Falls Huber will bring severe pain to D.C. Sessions forced release names of Huber to House created another variable. Use logic. Why would we tell you the plan if doing so also alerts those who are actively engaged in hunting? You are witnessing firsthand the demise of those in power. Old guard in Killbox. Those who push simply have no grasp of reality. Those who push simply do not understand warfare tactics. Emotions cloud judgment. Emotions cloud logic. You have more than you know, which is what we're doing here for you guys, people. We're looking back at crumbs. We're not waiting for Q to post because we have it all. You have more than you know, as per Q right there. Securing the Senate meant everything. Securing the SC meant everything. Avoided Z. We, the people. Enough is enough. Together we win. Do you think all these attacks on Q, we the people, is simply for a person on the internet who they label as a conspiracy? Think for yourself. Trust yourself. Research for yourself. Be in control of yourself. Never let someone drive you. Those who try to drive you are not your friend. Q.
That's exactly right. There is so much truth in that post right there, man. I mean, that was December, but wow, to just be giving us, the ones you read earlier too, explaining projection and explaining the psychology. Look at the way Q has tried to explain to people the way to think about what we're looking at, understand your emotions. If you make an emotional decision in a competition, it can cost you the competition. If you make an erratic decision out of a reaction to someone, the idea of military operations is that, Matrixxx, we were discussing the overlay of D-Day and how this operation looks a lot like the things that they did for D-Day and the disinformation campaign, along with the people involved in making people think this one thing. And, we do understand in general that World War II was a deep state operation to enslave the world further. Okay, we get that. But we're also seeing the brilliance of this plan here that's kind of overlaid over other military operations, whether it be the Revolutionary War. We've seen pieces of how Q is connected to the Revolutionary War, and we're seeing pieces now of how Q is connected back to D-Day, with going back over the post, right, about D-Day and the what we saw this last week with what to me looked like the president in control of every person in Britain and every person in France. Like they were groveling to him. That's what I saw, even though the media is still attacking him, even though the media said, the president is doing this, all that. They were groveling to him, Matrixxx, and they looked like they were in submission to me in public.
Yeah, and I want to keep on this Senate thing through my decode as well, because what we have here is 3004-3919. Sessions Senate vote 52-47. RR Senate vote 94-6. Okay, so what we need to make sure we get for election 2020 is 94-6, because we need 2/3 of the vote, guys, for the impeachment trials that are going to be underway. Whether they be military or not, I don't know. Future will prove that past. But you've got to understand, in my opinion, Q is telling us, we got to think mirror right here, right? We need these numbers in Senate pro POTUS, not fake MAGA, not Democrat. We need, pro POTUS. We need MAGA candidates. Okay. Do you target your enemies or your allies, right? Who really had direct OS over who was five removed? So basically, I think we need to make sure that we keep on this House and Senate. Look at this. House to Senate. Log to bar FISA form. House to Senate. It's not in the House anymore. It's in the Senate.
Yep.
You understand that?
Yeah, exactly right.
So the more you know, guys, and I really think this is the plan. You know, it's starting to unravel itself to me when I go back and look at Q posts, and I'm showing you guys how to do it. Don't trust me, you know, trust yourselves, guys, because, you know, if POTUS shows you something, go ahead and, you know, check it out. I also need some help with this decode on this tweet, guys. This is a tweet from Donald Trump on, let's see, it was April 19th, 2003, just 4 days after the Boston bombing. And it says, should be public execution for all you to see. You will end this fast.
Future proofs past?
Let's hope so. I just help me decode it, because I'm not sure what he means by that.
I'm thinking I think the word accountability comes to mind, and justice also.
Right. Also, I want to show you this awesome gift that I found on the internet the other day. Deal with it. That's awesome. I love it. That is a really good GIF. I love it. And then obviously we talked about this. Q, a high-profile trial in the Senate. And remember, the Q's gavel is called justice. And even with antitrust, we needed a, let me just see. TRUSTANTI trust. Hang on. Let's do this. Let's look at the images here. Here's Q's gavel. Here it is. So let's look at this Q's gavel. This is, again, from May 11th, 2009, the first time this Q's gavel was ever posted on the internet, and it's called Restoring Trust and Antitrust Enforcement. A progressive vision for the Antitrust Division of the Justice Department. Think Q when you look at this stuff. Antitrust enforcement is the cornerstone of a competitive marketplace. When that enforcement is docile or misdirected, it was for much of the Bush administration, consumers suffer. During that administration, the Antitrust Division of the Department of Justice embraced a minimalistic course. It acted largely to reduce the scope of enforcement, and it used the use of antitrust statutes in private litigation. The minimalist approach was based in significant part on the Chicago school theory that antitrust enforcement makes mistakes more often than it helps correct market failures, and the markets always led to best results. When companies abuse market power to exclude competition, Chicago school proponents argue the market will self-correct because the market power is temporary and all entry barriers are minimal. In this article, it goes on to tell you that you need the Supreme Court and the Senate in order to and a clean DOJ. Everything that Q has told us about, guys, is in this article.
And also,
and we've got Fox News talking about this right now. Anon's new.
Yep, that's right. And, you know, look at how it's talking about what happened under the Bush administration. The Bush administration cut all of the ability for them to enforce this stuff, right? Look at that. Perfect setup for the way that they were maneuvering the trust and trying to get it away from your eyesight forever. They never wanted anyone to see this to see the light of day.
Absolutely. I just missed my... I just went off our Twitter, but yeah, Shady, very interesting stuff though, right? I mean, we knew this, and then let's go look right now. Let's look right now. So this is our president, right? Let's listen to this right here. Ready?
You think they should cut in June? Let's talk about the Fed for a second. You think they should cut in June? Have they come around to your thinking, or has the stock market volatility or the economy, do you think they've listened to you, or they've arrived at the decision themselves maybe to cut rates, and when do you think they should?
No, they haven't listened to me, and, you know, we have people, it's more than just Jay Powell. We have people on the Fed that really weren't, they're not my people. But they certainly didn't listen to me because they made a big mistake. They raised interest rates far too fast. That's number one. Number two, they did quantitative tightening. They were taking in $50 billion a month, $50 billion a month. And they've now eased that, but it's still $25 billion a month, which is ridiculous.
Huh. So I said, what is the Fed? What does the Fed control? Who controls the Fed? Who approved the formation of the Fed? Anons know. Paysor, and there's my thread right there. And then Sparky's dad says trusts. So does this mean antitrust laws could help bring down the Fed? Happy hunting. Anons know. That is covered in my Trust the Plan thread. Guys, we have known for a long time.
And how long has Matrixxx and I been on here telling you to listen for the president to directly attack the Fed, and look at what he's doing. This is how many months? I mean, we've been saying this for quite a long time now, and now you're seeing it in real time organically become the conversation. He is grabbing the narrative everywhere and steering all eyeballs on the Fed, because if we're all paying attention to the Fed, when it fails, they're not going to be able to blame it on a war. They're not going to be able to blame it on this. They're not going to be able to blame it on that. We're going to see as a country that we do not need to be hiring a third-party organization to print money for us whenever the Treasury has the authority to print said money.
Q Post 2807, topic, taxpayer theft. Insider versus outsider. Retain control versus lose control. Kennedy was an outsider. Assassinated. And if you recall, he wanted an executive order, I believe it's 10001, to restore gold as the currency. Reagan was an outsider. Assassination attempt. I don't know if you guys know this, but he wanted to audit Fort Knox to find out how much gold was in there, and he got shot. We got the Brady bill.
He was pretty adamant about wanting to do that.
Yeah. POTUS is an outsider, classified high. How much money, cash, was sent by the Fed to Iraq war? How much money, cash, was confiscated from the Iraq Central Bank? Example, not intended for public awareness. And this is the into missing Iraqi cash, okay? If it worked in Iraq, why not replicate in Iran? How much money, cash, was sent to Iran? $250 billion. Who controls the distribution of funds? Who accounts for the funds? Who has access to the funds? Who really has access to the funds? Do the funds return in the form of political donations? Do the funds return in the form of massive donations to foundations and or institutes? Do the funds return in the form of offshore bank accounts for future payments / payoffs? Replicate environment green, like the Green New Deal? Aid, assist, etc. No honest control in place. No checks and balances are in place. No safeguards are in place. The threat of an outsider becoming president? Loss of control. Trillions of dollars at stake. Controlled by a group of special interests. Illusion of democracy. Welcome to the real world. We cannot afford to lose this rare opportunity to right the wrongs. We, the people, must reclaim what is rightfully ours. We must rise. We must fight. God bless the United States of America. Q.
And that's why we stand, right? I mean, that is why we are standing up. This is the absolute truth. We are not going to have another opportunity like this. We will never ever have an opportunity like this man coming in right now. This is epic. What is happening?
Jeff says, let's see. Jeff says, Q said Fort Knox is good. I don't know where he said Fort Knox is good, but he did say we have the gold. I do believe, my theory is that the gold was in North Korea and it came back in boxes when we were getting back our troops. That's my theory, okay? Future will obviously prove past, but QPost 2658 is exactly what POTUS was talking about. Use Fed to increase rates to counter the growth and project POTUS blame, guys. And they are refusing to provide coverage of his successes. This is what the POTUS was just talking about with the video.
It absolutely was, and that's exactly what they did. They kept interest rates at almost zero until he was elected. Then they started stepping them up, and now they can't continue to step them up because of what the economy is actually doing. They can only justify that per inflation. Inflation is not showing up, Matrixxx. Even though all the tariff talk, all the different stuff, there's no inflation showing up in the economy. What are they going to do? We have eyeballs on them, and they're getting ready to fail, and the president's going to point it out to us, and he's going to explain probably in his Twitter how to red pill everybody on what the Federal Reserve is really doing.
Do we have the gold?
We have the gold.
Yes, gold shall destroy the Fed. Q post 2619 on 12/12/18. Also, 2575 is more relevant to what the POTUS was talking about today. 2/12/18, guys. 12/10, December 10th, 2018. The plan to have the Fed raise rates, steep incline beginning March 2019 in an effort to kill the economy prior to 2020 presidential election is known and planned for. Structure change coming? Q.
And you see them announcing that they're actually thinking about lowering rates. And the news was saying all last fall how, we got to raise rates. We got to raise rates. Every clown on TV, we got to raise interest rates. Like there's some sort of executive at the Federal Reserve and they know everything. And now all of a sudden the Federal Reserve is going to be lowering rates soon and even talking out loud in public about lowering rates. So a little bit of a turnabout there, Matrixxx. No, from a few months back.
Restructure coming. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You are seeing stuff happen, guys.
You are seeing stuff happen. I want to cover this too. This is from Billions HBO. Shady can give us a little, rundown on this, but let me go ahead and play this.
Hooked in the mouth like a trophy marlin and narrowly escaped being mounted on the wall, but escape I did, we did, and now that's the end of it. We are going to use this moment to officially, formally, and in all other ways move beyond rivalries, anger, everything that doesn't clearly and demonstrably help Mace Cap win.
Q is for quantitative, baby.
That it is. We will return to our mathematical model, and you are now free, all of you, to maximize without fear that I will be too distracted to notice or that I will squander the resources you are providing.
Wow. This is interesting that they threw the Q out there in this show.
Yeah.
For any Anons out there who are not watching this show, it's interesting because of the connections of the Attorney General and the Attorney General's office, and it's showing you like the district attorney generals and Paul Giamatti is in there, and they're fighting the guy who's got the billions of dollars, and it's all of this backdoor stuff that you can see kind of with Q. The Q is brought to light. How they're playing the game against people. They use whatever leverage that they can, and they compromise you. And at the point of which your family or your livelihood is at stake, you'll do anything to save it. And that's the way that they push people to the brink. And that is not, I repeat, that is not what this system that we set up as the government in America is. That's not the way it's supposed to function. We are supposed to be allowed to be free, not restricted because of government tyranny and corruption.
That's right. Oh, am I spelling that wrong? Hang on.
Yes.
How do I spell it?
I don't know.
Got it.
Like that?
Like that. There's 22 for mathematically. Mathematically impossible. Powers are being returned to the people, Shady. The rule of law is being returned to our great land. Where we go, one, we go all.
And then there's also, it came up, that was in with the repost of the timeline, right? Yeah, okay, yeah. And now you're,
Yep. Yep. Trolling is fun. Panic is good. Panic increases the rat population. Paige Shill Brothers, majority of time on top of POTUS Twitter feed. How is that mathematically possible given volume? Here's more.
Well, it's not happening anymore, is it?
Excellent graphics. Seconds matter. Mathematically impossible. This is the 7th time that there's a zero delta between Q and the President of the United States. Think about why separated both maps to post instead of placing both in the original. At what point is it mathematically impossible? Who dat? At what point is it mathematically impossible? Anon's new last March. Do you believe in coincidences? Winning bigly, Shady.
Every day, my friend. You know, this guy is winning for you and for us every day, and we are simply trying to help you guys keep up and follow it because it is it's an amazing speed that he's moving at, and you know these things are happening around us, and they're throwing it at the deep state so fast they can't keep up, right? I mean,
right.
We're just overwhelming their systems at every angle, no matter what. You know, we're seeing the massive sell-offs of properties, we're seeing the resignations of people, we're seeing agents that they control in the system going away, different things happening to them. This is this is real, and what they are showing you that is the news now is not the news now.
Breaking
this
news.
Information is the news.
FDNY responding to a helicopter crash in Midtown Manhattan high-rise. The fire department of New York is responding to a helicopter crash into the roof of a 54-story office building in Midtown Manhattan.
What?
The FFA confirmed that there is an accident. A report at 7th Avenue, West 49th Street came in shortly before 2 p.m. No other details were immediately available. The city issued an emergency notification saying to expect road closures and the presence of emergency personnel at 7th Avenue and West 51st Street. Few details are known. Commonwealth Partners, which owns the building, hung up when News 4 called for information.
What? Why would they hang up?
Because they're trying to probably find out what the heck's going on.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm looking right now too.
Just guessing, of course. This is updated 2 minutes ago. All right. Few other details are known, and I don't know why they're showing this picture.
They're showing pictures on Google of something else right now. Okay, here it is. I've got it.
So breaking news, guys. Breaking news. They are panicking, okay? Thank you to the Patriot that said that. I didn't catch the name. I'm so sorry, but you out there in chat are the news now. You guys are the news. We are all the news now, okay? Yes.
And we're a conduit. We're a conduit to help you. You know, we're a conduit to help amplify what you guys see. That's the point of this.
Pray, pray, pray. Robin Birds, absolutely, guys. Okay. Do you have any other details? I just went here. Here's the Midtown developing. Yep, that's all. It's on the top of the Drudge Report right now. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one I was looking at too. Is the one from there? I'm looking to see if there's anything on behind the scenes boards right now that is extra other than just surface stuff.
Illegals mock Trump deal. Oh, darn.
Oh, the illegals don't like the Trump deal?
They don't like it, Shady. They're mocking it.
I'm unfortunately not really caring too much.
With this post, I threw up a little, Shady. This is Best Friends Day.
Don't do it to him.
Look at. I mean, what in the literal heck is going on here?
I mean, I remember seeing this whenever they did it way back whenever they were all like tweeting about this, and now we have, you know, coming back around like they're communicating. Yeah.
I did. I threw up a little again just now. And this is, I'm not going to have time to go through it, but I'm sure it's going to be Corey Lynn at Corey's Digs did a really good thread of everybody. And I'm sure this thread is going to be, you know, updated a lot, guys. This is about the suicide weekend. Okay. I see June 8th, you know, June 8th, June 9th. I'm sure she's going to be, you know, putting it up there. Just a shout out to them. You know, they do some amazing research. Any way that you can support them is you know, really helpful to this anon research that's going on, because this is real information being aggregated and presented to you, and then you can read it and you can make your own decision. This is not people standing and telling you this is what happened. That's right.
We're showing you all the information that we're compiling and letting you decide. That's the big difference.
Absolutely. And, you know, it's kind of a dismal topic, but we did have to cover it. So I want to just kind of go in, and I want to basically do this. Oh, and by the way, that was... One more second, guys. I'm sorry. My internet's running just a little bit slow. Must be over the target. That's Charmaine. Thank you, Charmaine, telling about the helicopter crash as well. I believe that's who did that. Yeah. So there's the DOJ agrees to comply and release some documents of the Mueller probe, and there's a helicopter crash. Imagine that. I'm sure it's just a, what do you call it?
Coincidence.
Yep, coincidence. All right, and I want to let you know that there's a new song right now from Severe. Let's check it out.
Digital soldiers.
Do I want to see call me in jail? Yeah, yeah. Do I want Hillary in a cell? Yeah, yeah. Am I done right with 45? Yeah, yeah. And I rarely do I feel alive? Yeah, yeah. Will I wall slow down the cartels? Yeah. They say, will I vote Trump 2020? Hell yeah. I'm conservative and you can tell, yeah, yeah. Where we go when we go all in, yeah. Promises made and promises kept. I can roll with a press like that. Promises made and promises kept. I can roll with a press like that.
Grab your popcorn, it's about to go down. If you didn't know, I guarantee you know now. The criminal cabal try to keep it on the low now, but we got the right guy for a show. so down at the Trump rally. People screaming so loud, Patriots united, and we're standing so proud. Panic in DC, ain't nowhere to go now. Say goodbye to the deep state, we're in control now.
He call me in jail, yeah, yeah. Do I want Hillary in a cell, yeah, yeah. Am I down to ride with 45, yeah, yeah. At a rally, do I feel alive, yeah, yeah. Will the wall slow down the cartels, yeah. They say, will I vote Trump 2020, hell yeah. I'm conservative and you can tell, yeah, yeah. Where we go on, we go all in, yeah. Promises made and promises kept.
Yeah, Jay.
I can roll with a press like that. Promises made and promises kept. I can roll with a press like that.
Let's go. Jason was a Gentile, persevering on. Red pill music up, it's time to get it on. Wake them up and make them realize what's going on. The great awakening that we've been waiting for so long. Where we go, when we go, all together we're so strong. But divided we are weak, that was their plan all along. They thought they got it right, but boy, they got it wrong. Cause they never realized that we would find where we belong. Red bag I had and I'm proud to put it on. And if that makes you mad, go ahead and change the song. Cause I'm a Patriot, so what you hating on? Wake up and ask yourself, what team you playing on?
Jason was a Gentile and severe and none. Rocking with that Patriot music. Jason was a Gentile and severe and none. Two American citizens, red pill music. Na 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 na, eh, oh, 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 oh. I represent my God and my country. Na 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 na, eh, oh, 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 oh. Shout out to red pill.
To Matrixxx and Shady.
Na, na, eh, oh, 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 oh. I represent my God and my country. Na 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 na, eh, oh, oh, oh.
General Flynn.
Shout out to General Flynn. Do I wanna see me in jail? Yeah, yeah. Do I want Hillary in a cell? Yeah, yeah. Am I down to ride with 45? Yeah, yeah. At a rally, do I feel alive? Yeah, yeah. Will the wall slow down the cartels? Yeah. They say, will I vote Trump 2020? Hell yeah. I'm conservative and you can tell, yeah, yeah. Where we go on, we go all in, yeah. Promises made and promises kept. I can roll with a press like that. Promises made and promises kept. I can roll with a press like that.
Where we go one, we go all. Promises made, promises kept by Jason the Gentile and the real severe red pill music. Uplifting the vibe. Share this one far and wide, Patriots. Let's get this. Shout out to Matrixxx and Shady. That's what I heard anyways.
Five Anons.
Right on. So real severe. Love the new song. Definitely stepping out of your box a little bit, and I love that you're doing it, brother. And I'm glad that you are friends of the Matrixxx Groove Hour and all the Patriots here. We're gonna get that out for you, guys. Just so you know, we've got a Patreon. Go ahead and hit us up if you can. If you want to buy us a cup of cafefe, whatever you do for bringing you all this stuff every day. There's the Patreon right there. Also, if you want to do the PayPal right there as well, I want to thank you guys. I got a couple of I got one donation while we're on the show through PayPal, and I just want to thank Margie. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Q dollars. Oh man, that really does help because we are giving you stuff like the Q posts. We are giving you stuff like intheMatrixxx.com. We are giving you so much stuff, Shady, and we're so happy to be here with you guys. Thank you so much. New to Q, send them to intheMatrixxx with 3x's.com. Shady, I think we're going to be getting out of here. It is about that time, even though we could keep going all day.
Well, there's so much going on that we really could keep going, but you guys out there are amazing, and this whole operation is coming to a head. I want everyone to stay even-headed. I want you to be calm when you answer people's questions. I know it's exciting whenever someone asks you about things, but I would like to report that I went on a little adventure this past weekend, and I met some people out there in the real world who didn't know anything about Q. And within a few minutes, Matrixxx, I was able to clue them in.
Nice.
People on the subsurface understand the Fed. People on the subsurface understand that it's a con, but they just don't know how to insert that thought form into their reality. Whenever you plug Q into that, then all of a sudden they go, whoa. So I had a couple of nice experiences this weekend, and let me tell you, people are ready for red pilling because they do not understand what's going on. And so any question that any Anon is asked out there, please take a few minutes to just talk to them.
Love is
and
patient.
Just see it. Love is very patient, and we are patient, and we recognize that every word counts, guys. Thanks, Matrixxx, for putting up for the show, having us all here, getting us all together. Everyone out there, We do this for you. We bring this for you, and we are going to squeeze down and hop out of here for today.
And
but much love, much love.
Want to also just kind of add on top of Shady, I actually had dinner this weekend with Ann Vandersteel, amazing patriot down there in Jupiter by the lighthouse. The Jupiter lighthouse was used in World War II to find out what subs are saying out there in the ocean. So it was actually used in World War II, and I love that lighthouse down there in Jupiter, Florida. I don't get there very often, but when I do, I love it. And also, guys, we were looking around the restaurant saying, how many people do you think really know about Q? And I was saying maybe 5%. Maybe. So what I'm trying to tell you, and what Shady's trying to tell you, in my opinion, is that there are a lot of new eyes coming, guys. We are witnessing it firsthand. We've got front row seats to this show. We've been decoding Q since the beginning. And that's why new eyes are coming. We've got to be patient. There are trolls trying to build walls around us so people don't get to see us. But we are going to need your help. We need you to help get that YouTube channel out there for us. 17:17 Eastern Time, 5:17 is when this show will come out on Periscope, which will be the whole show retweetable on Twitter. So help us out, guys. Help us out. We're trying to teach people to think for themselves, man, and dig for themselves. We love you very much, guys. Love you very much, and here we go. intheMatrixx with 3x's.com. At Shady Grooove with 3O's.com. At intheMatrixx with 3x's.com. That's XOXOXOXO. Much love to you guys, and see you tomorrow. Our show live 1 p.m. Eastern on youtube.com/c/intheMatrixx with 3x's. Much love, Anons. Peace out. See you tomorrow, Monday through Friday.